Okay, so to begin this video, I wanted to start with, I don't really have any editing software available to me right now, so I can't really do anything about that, so I'm sorry that this video is not going to have like any images or anything like that to back up the context of what I'm talking about. But regardless, I still think my message is pretty important, so just listen, I guess. So you're probably wondering what all this net neutrality kind of thing is about, because it's all over the internet right now. All over Reddit, all over iFunny, and all these other apps. And the reason for that is because it's extremely important. So you're probably wondering what it is. Net neutrality, as a whole, is basically the legislation and like the rule, the law, that allows our internet to be free. So it allows our internet to not be restricted by things called ISPs, which is an internet service provider. So like Comcast or Verizon or Xfinity, all of those internet service providers. Our internet is currently provided by them, but net neutrality is preventing them from controlling it. So Vince Cerf, he's actually the founder of the internet, stated a while back when he was founding the internet that anything that tries to restrict the internet access to people, or anything that tries to restrict the internet in general, is not the internet. And so the repealing of net neutrality and the ISPs being able to control our internet access is obviously not going to be the internet. So a lot of people are claiming, because of that, that repealing net neutrality is effectively getting rid of the internet as a whole. And I would agree with that. It is. That's what's happening. So here's why you should be concerned about it. So, in Portugal right now, or actually, sorry, I believe it's Spain. Okay, actually, I'm not 100% sure on that. It's either Portugal or Spain. But in Portugal or Spain, whichever one it is, they currently do not have net neutrality. And a common internet service provider in Portugal or Spain, again, don't know which one, they actually offer exactly what people don't want for what would happen in America if we repealed net neutrality. And they actually offer like these packages. So basically, if we got rid of net neutrality, it would allow internet service providers like Comcast or Verizon or whoever else is providing internet to your house to basically offer you packages for certain websites and control your access to those websites. So like, take for example like Snapchat, Instagram, whatever else. In a world without net neutrality, all of these would be behind a paywall, and you'd basically have to pay like $5 a month to be able to access these sites. And so, due to that, it's kind of becoming a large issue that net neutrality is at risk. Also, before I get into more heavy information, net neutrality has actually been at risk before. Votes have actually been called to get rid of it, or repeal it, a while back as well. But due to sites like battleforthenet.com and Reddit, we were actually able to swing the vote in our favor. But it was very, very close last time, and we actually only won net neutrality back by one vote. So we were literally one vote away from losing it. So yeah, we've been pretty close in the past. Don't think that it's just going to be like a landslide victory for us just because everybody's fighting for it. So basically, the reason it's at risk is because of a guy named Ajit Pai. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that wrong or not, but he's the chairman of the FCC, which is the Federal Communications Committee, and basically what they're trying to do, what Ajit Pai is trying to do, what the FCC is trying to do, is call for a vote to repeal net neutrality on December 1st. So obviously if that happens, we're going to see massive, widespread problems. We're going to have to imagine basically if you wanted to access like YouTube. To access YouTube or like certain videos on YouTube, Comcast could easily put a paywall in front of that to like make you pay $5 a month to like use YouTube. And that's obviously a gigantic problem. Now the argument on the other side, the argument in favor of the FCC, or like the argument that they're making, is that essentially that by getting rid of net neutrality, these ISPs like Comcast and Verizon will be able to offer people better packages. So like, for example, people actually claim this is due to a legislation or a subsection of the net neutrality legislation that actually states that that there's a certain bandwidth limit for ISPs to provide internet access. So basically, like, they can't provide internet access faster than a certain like bandwidth, and so the FCC is saying that by repealing net neutrality, they'd be able to effectively give us better packages as a whole for like internet access and like at a better price. But obviously that's just a guise because what's actually going to happen is all of the little packages for certain websites like Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter could all be like under a social media package, which is actually happening in Portugal right now because they don't have net neutrality. And net neutrality is actually preventing ISPs in America from doing that. So that's why we need it. So yeah, that's obviously a huge problem. So if you do not want to pay $5 a month for Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, and then another $5 a month for, let's say, a meme site package, and then another $5 a month for like games, and then like $5 a month like for shopping sites like eBay and Amazon and Wish or whatever, and then like another $5 a month for streaming sites like Twitch and whatever else. If you don't want that to happen, then I encourage you to go to battleforthenet.com, which is a site, I'll actually link it in the description below, but it's a site that actually lets you call a local congressman and tell them, it'll give you a script as well that you can read them, and you can basically just tell them why net neutrality should be safe and like saved from the control of the FCC and other ISPs, and basically allows us to keep our internet free. You can also go over to reddit.com and help the fight over there because that one's actually pretty strong right now. You can write letters to the FCC through their emails, or letters to your congressman to save this from happening. But yeah, it's an issue. It's very close to being lost, and I think that if you want to make a difference in this world, you should definitely try things out. But yeah, that's obviously a problem. And so thanks for watching this video. Thanks for listening and considering helping the fight. And see you next time.